The SEC drops more cases, dropping their case against Consensys. Could they drop the case against Kraken and Ripple tomorrow or put a pause on the Ripple case? I'll give you the details there. And the SEC also ruled on Memecoins, saying they're not securities, but watch out for fraud. And a congressman introduces a bill to regulate meme coins. I'll give you the details there. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, Bitcoin continues its downward move, currently sitting below $82,000, but it is in the extreme oversold zone. So that's a good sign, meaning that we could see some sort of reversal soon. Now, don't get me wrong, it could chop in this area for maybe a few days or even into next week. But what we've seen historically is when Bitcoin is in this oversold zone, the selling pressure pretty much ends, right? But doesn't mean we can't move sideways, but this essentially there's less downward pressure. So that's a good sign. Let's hope Bitcoin can rally a bit soon and start moving out of this hole that it's in. And then, of course, the altcoins will follow. And of course, the fear and greed index is in extreme fear. That is very bullish in a bull market. In a bear market, not good, obviously, but we're still in a bull market. So this is a good sign, and fingers crossed for a reversal sooner than later. One thing that's interesting is that Bitcoin whales continue to buy, guys. So a Bitfinex whale, and people have been tracking this person's movements for years, going back to previous bull markets. They bought 4,000 Bitcoin during yesterday's dip. Now, this is being tracked with on-chain data, so this is how they know it. So in 2022, after the Luna and FTX crashes, he accumulated 70,000 Bitcoin between $14,000 to $16,000, and later sold between $40,000 and $70,000. In 2024, he acquired 24,000 Bitcoin, selling from $70K to $108,000. This is a very smart whale. He knows how to play the markets. He swing trades, right? And then he has taken another position again. So this is why I always share what the whales are doing with the data from Sentiment, right? With wallets of 10 or more Bitcoin, because it really tells what they are anticipating for the market, and they move a lot of the markets. They do it for altcoins as well. So whales continue to accumulate, they're not dumping. And this is the difference between smart money and a lot of the retail folks. And unfortunately, the retail crowd, many of them get called dumb money, right? Because they operate by feelings and emotions, versus whales are looking at the charts, the data, the sentiment of the retail, and they're doing the opposite. And that's what I've been trying to share with you guys for years, and hoping that what I'm sharing is helping you guys to navigate the markets and not move by emotions and to look at the data. It's why I keep harping on those things, because it's so important. I worked at a crypto exchange. I've talked to different hedge funds and VCs. So I have an idea what's happening here, and I've studied the charts and the data, the on-chain data myself, and then my eyes were open as to how this market really works. Now, do I get everything perfect or right? Of course not. I don't have a crystal ball, but I can at least use the data to form a thesis versus my gut feeling versus emotion. Oh, the price is up, I feel happy. Oh, the price is down, I feel sad. You can't invest like that. That is not how you invest, right? So based on the data, guys, bull market not over, whales continue to accumulate, and they are anticipating higher prices. What's interesting, Texas Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Bill is headed to the Senate floor. So we saw in Utah the same thing happen. So some states have been rejecting these bills, right, in full transparency. But we could see those states that are very pro-crypto, like Texas, get it done. But we'll have to wait and see. My thoughts, as I shared the other day, is that this is the first go-round. There's going to be a lot of pushback because not a lot of people understand Bitcoin or crypto. And then after the last 4 years with Gensler and Elizabeth Warren and all these people spreading FUD and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, you can imagine that people are going to be hesitant. But you have to get started. You got to get the ball rolling. So introducing the bills proposal is the first step. It gets rejected the first time. You keep reintroducing it. We've seen this with crypto legislation in the Congress, of course, in the Senate and the House. So things will have to be reintroduced, but we're making progress in certain states. Now, the SEC today officially confirmed that they have dropped their case against Coinbase. We heard, obviously, late last week, I think Friday last week, that Coinbase got notice from the SEC that they planned to drop the case. Well, it's official, guys. It's in writing. So this is huge. I actually interviewed Paul Grewal, Chief Legal Officer of Coinbase, today. So I'll publish that interview in the morning, and we talked about what are Coinbase's plans and how does this open up their strategy, for growth and much more. Now they don't have to worry about this. And you got to watch the interview. It's a good one, and we covered a lot of things that are happening in the crypto market. The other big news is that the SEC dropped its case against Consensys as it relates to the MetaMask wallet. This is a big win, obviously, for Consensys and the folks at Ethereum. So we continue to see Hester Peirce and the Crypto Task Force doing amazing work here, dropping these non-fraud cases. Many of these cases were just simply bullshit put together by a scumbag regulator that is Gary Gensler. Now, the big question many folks are waiting to hear and see is, of course, Kraken Exchange and, of course, Ripple. I said before that, the Ripple case is much more complex, but what we could see is a pause like they did in the Binance case and the Tron case. That we're not going to fully resolve everything right now, but we're going to pause all the legal activities and everything. And maybe they wait for Paul Atkins to come into office to get some of this done. So I'm hoping, guys, maybe tomorrow we hear that Kraken has been dropped or paused, and maybe Ripple is paused. It would be really great because every day we're pretty much hearing something. And look at this. The folks at Watcher Guru kind of mapped out what we saw this week. Monday was Robinhood, Tuesday Uniswap, Wednesday Gemini, today Consensys as far as the cases drop. What is tomorrow? Friday. So guys, we are setting up here for the continuation of the bull market, and to have these cases removed, the dark clouds removed. Remember, a lot of coins were mentioned in these cases. This is very bullish. It means investors don't have to worry, especially institutional investors, right? They are more risk averse versus retail may say, hey, you know what, I'll buy Solana, I'll buy XRP, I'll buy this, right? Don't matter. But these institutional investors, they can't just do that, right? They have legal teams and legal departments that are advising them like, hey, don't touch that asset. It's mentioned in a lawsuit, right? Things like that. But with these things removed, oh man, it's a beautiful setup here. The macro, the charts, and the government and the regulation side of things are moving ahead. So really, really great. Now, the other thing that many people are waiting for is the SEC to approve the XRP, Solana ETFs, and much more. And one of the things we've seen historically with the SEC is they want to see the futures market first before they approve the spot. They did this for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Doesn't mean they have to do it again, but most likely they will. Well, people are making progress in putting Solana futures in place, and there has been some filers for XRP futures as well. So the DTCC lists the first set of Solana futures ETFs, fueling hopes for the spot Solana fund approval. So this is really great, guys. Volatility shares proposed Solana futures ETFs, and it appeared on the DTCC's list of exchange traded funds. So earlier this month, the SEC acknowledged the spot Solana ETF filings from multiple issuers. Things are progressing. And remember, Solana was mentioned in some of these lawsuits against like Kraken and Coinbase. Those cases are going to be dismissed. Obviously, Coinbase already. We're just waiting for Kraken. So you see the setup here. I hope you see the setup. The case is being dismissed. These things progressing on the ETF front. The macro global liquidity on the rise again. Bitcoin nearing its bottom. I like what I'm seeing here, guys. I don't like the price as it is right now, obviously, but I like the setup, which will lead to higher prices. I hope you guys understand that. Now, Bitwise, which of course issues a lot of ETFs, and they have been filing for XRP ETFs and much more, they have registered an Aptos ETF entity. Remember, they did this for XRP and other coins. So this is like the process leading up to them filing for an Aptos spot ETF. So we will see a lot of different altcoin ETFs, guys, and eventually you're going to see basket ETFs where investors can get the top 5 and or the top altcoins in, based on different categories, if they're smart contracts or they're layer ones, you guys get what I'm saying. A lot of different ETF products are going to be created here. And I often have Matt Hogan from Bitwise on the podcast, and they're very big on getting the XRP ETF through. They were one of the first to do it last year, even like before the election. So shout out to Matt Hogan and the team at Bitwise. They're doing great work here. Folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is BitGo. BitGo is one of the top tier crypto custodians in the market. They've been through multiple bull and bear market cycles. They're headed up by Mike Belshi, who's a Web 1.0 and 2.0 legend. BitGo is used by many big brands and companies and enterprises across the crypto industry, guys. For example, 21 Shares, which issues crypto ETFs like Bitcoin and Ethereum, uses BitGo. Pantera Capital, that's Dan Moorhead, the first crypto hedge fund in this industry going back to 2013. SWI, the token project, and Bitstamp Exchange. So they are trusted by many entities. They provide amazing services, wallet services, liquidity and capital services, and much more. They also have a retail product, guys, where you can buy, sell, and trade crypto, also stake your crypto. It's really great. And of course, they have a self-hosted wallet. So you're getting top of the level security here from one of the largest custodians in the crypto industry. It's been around for a long time. And we know security is such a big thing. We saw what happened with the Bybit hack, right? That can't happen with BitGo because of how their security setup is. I've had Mike Belshi on the podcast many times talking about this. I plan to have him back on again. I think it's important to review security protocols and much more, and so people can safeguard their assets. So BitGo doing great things. If you'd like to learn more about BitGo, go to bitgo.com. Link will be in the description. Okay, guys, let's talk about the SEC and meme coins. So Eleanor Terra of Fox Business reported that the SEC Division of Corporation Finance has just put out guidance on meme coins, saying they are not securities and are akin to collectibles. So this seems reasonable, right? Meme coins are not securities, obviously. But the problem we have is people are abusing the meme coin creation and rug pulling people. So we need law enforcement to get involved. I don't know if it's the SEC that has to get involved here, but other law enforcement to stop these activities. We know there's been established meme coins for years, like Dogecoin, Pepe, Shiba, and so forth, which are not set up as rug pulls. Now, they're still risky investments because they're not based on anything. They're not tokens that are greasing a layer one that has banks launching services and much more, or doing payments, right? Meme coins are just gambling. So, but I'm not against people being able to spend their money and invest in meme coins because I believe in the free market. But what I don't like is the rug pulling. So it's good that the SEC came out and give this clarity, and I think it makes sense. I've been very vocal that I did not like the fact that Donald Trump launched a meme coin, then Melania and all that. I think that took away a lot of credibility from the industry, which doesn't mean the industry is over, or the asset class is over. It's just it was not something a sitting president should do, whether Democrat or Republican, doesn't matter, right? But look at this. There's a bit of politics happening here. Congressman introduces bill to stop politicians from issuing meme coins following Trump and Melania launches. I don't have a problem with this, although it's coming from a Democrat. So, of course, he's trying to, there's a bit of politics here, right? I'm going to go against Trump, who's a Republican, and all that. But at the end of the day, Democrat or Republican, I don't believe any of these folks should be able to launch meme coins because you're in office, right? The other factor is they say this, but then they don't stop Congress from owning stocks and all these things, right? They don't stop Nancy Pelosi. So it's like, it would be nice if you included that all members of Congress can't do these things, whether it be stocks or crypto. Now, it's not a matter of owning the stocks, it's the trading, right? Because you couldn't hold some Bitcoin and you're not trading it necessarily. Pelosi's trading, right? So whether you're a Democrat or Republican or independent, whatever, they can't have that, man. That is such blatant insider trading, right? It's crazy. So Representative Sam Liccardo, Democrat out of California, will introduce Thursday a bill that would block the president, members of Congress, and other senior officials, as well as their spouses and children, from issuing or sponsoring securities or cryptocurrencies like meme coins, according to a draft bill seen by the Associated Press. So now there's a video circulating where he, talked about it on the House floor, and he had a poster where it said rug pull and all these things. So once again, a bit of politics here, a Democrat going against the Republicans, but overall, both Democrats and Republicans should not be able to launch meme coins, and we need to stop the trading aspect of it. It's not good. So we'll see how this goes, and if Republicans join him in this, I don't know. But guys, nature is healing, because we got news that Pump.fun, which is the meme coin platform on Solana, where a lot of these bullshit meme coins get started on, is seeing rapid decline in graduating tokens as meme coin frenzy fizzles out. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because this thing was stealing a lot of liquidity from actual great altcoins. And I think this correction, the silver lining to this correction, is that these meme coins are bleeding out. I hope many of them die, and the liquidity flows back to Bitcoin, and we continue to show as usual. Bitcoin leads the market, and then the liquidity then flows to alts. Alts typically outperform Bitcoin. And maybe some meme coins will come back again, but I'm hoping that your quality coins like your XRP, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Aptos, and AVAX, and so forth, like projects that are building incredible stuff, are getting real world adoption. Those do well. I think many of you will agree with me, right? So great news here on the meme coin front. Now, Robinhood CEO Vlad Tenev sees tokenization as a means to unleash true power of the crypto revolution. We know Robinhood is all in on crypto now, and they recently acquired Bitstamp Exchange. Now, I interviewed the CEO of Bitstamp US this past week. I'll publish that interview on Monday, and we talked a bit about this, but Robinhood, they know this is the future, and they're going all in, and very smart move on their part. I interviewed Robinhood's head of crypto last year, Johan Kerbat, if I'm pronouncing his name right, and I'll try to get him back on. But guys, I'm seeing a lot of big moves from Robinhood, and they recognize the future is tokenization, guys. I've been talking about the token economy for years, and all these big players recognize it. Earlier this week, we talked about Citadel Securities. They capitulated, and they're going to launch services for the crypto market, and they've been vocal critics. Their CEO, at least, has been a vocal critic of crypto for years. So the trading platform is also planning to offer more cryptocurrencies to its users, continue to invest in its non-custodial wallet, and bring the Robinhood effect to the institutional crypto market via its Bitstamp integration. Guys, I hope you see what's happening here. And people are very distracted by price and other things that are going on. And while these massive companies are building and investing, and they have the long-term view, so they're not panicking, they're not panic selling and getting worried and fearful. And but unfortunately, I guess this is the nature of markets, right? Those who are educated and understand what's happening versus those who don't. And that's just how it goes. Now, check this out. T-Mobile parent Deutsche Telekom joins Binance incubated Injective as a validator. So we've seen T-Mobile and the parent company get involved with different crypto projects, guys. They've been doing this for years. So Deutsche Telekom is running a validator on Injective, the high-speed interoperable layer 1 blockchain incubated by Binance Labs. The major telecommunications firm has an increasingly large presence in the space as a validator for Polygon, Polkadot, Chainlink, Celo, and Flow, as well as other crypto-related business lines. Guys, why would a major telecommunications firm be getting involved in this? To some people, this is a fad, a scam, a Ponzi, right? It's all fake stuff. It's all a scam. But you see why you have to do your own research. You see why you need to educate yourself. These companies are not doing this for fun. They are looking to position themselves to not get disrupted. They see what's on the horizon, how things are changing. Just like companies in the 90s and in the early 2000s had to adopt to the internet. Where are we headed? Where are people going to shop? Where are people going to communicate and do their things online, right? Adapt or die. If they don't, they will have their Blockbuster moment. Blockbuster failed to adapt to the internet. Netflix came to them, and Blockbuster had the ability to acquire Netflix. They didn't do it. And the rest is history. Bankruptcy. Netflix now a dominant giant in how people get their content, stream movies, and much more. So that's why these companies are not playing around. They're getting involved, and they're taking their positions, guys. Final news item, crypto exchange BitMex seeks buyer, taps Broadhaven Capital Partners to help with sale. per report. So this is interesting. I've never used BitMex. The firm employed the independent investment bank Broadhaven Capital Partners to facilitate the sale. BitMex's search for a buyer comes after a federal judge fined the firm $100 million for violating the Bank Secrecy Act last month. So some of these legacy exchanges are still getting hit and dinged, but it looks like they don't have the capital to, obviously come into compliance with this or pay that fine and survive. But let's look at who may buy them out, right? Maybe other exchanges or some banks. We're seeing banks globally getting involved. So I'm very curious if some banks are going to come in and say, we'll take care of it. Give us all your technology, your customer base, and all that. And the banks got the money to handle this. So this is interesting. You're going to see some consolidation, guys, as SOB 121 is repealed here in the United States and the FDIC is loosening restrictions. These banks can get involved. Just Wednesday, we talked about Bank of America's CEO saying they're going to launch a stablecoin, right? They're going to do much more than that, guys. They're going to launch crypto trading and custody. They're going to build different financial products. Don't be surprised if they launch their own ETFs. So you're going to see some of these, bigger whales buy up crypto companies and so forth, startup crypto companies. So it makes sense. These are things that happen in different asset classes and industries. So guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. A great way you can support me in the podcast is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. It's on Substack. Link will be in the description. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And if you want to expand your crypto knowledge, guys, and get a full lay of the land, check out my new course at mycryptocourse.com. It's a comprehensive course that covers every aspect of crypto. What makes it unique is it includes expert commentary. No other crypto course out there offers this. You will hear from founders, CEOs, institutional investors, and much more, breaking down the different aspects of crypto. You pay a one-time fee, you get lifetime access. You can go at your own pace. You can share the login with your friends and family if you want. So if you'd like to learn more, visit mycryptocourse.com. Guys, thank you for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.